Hey everybody, my name is Pat Bowles, Tournament Director for the 2019 Carolina Clash presented by Another Round Disc Golf and Dynamic Discs. We got a chance to take this on. We found out about early July that we were going to be a part of this, and we're really excited about what we're going to bring you here this year. We wouldn't be able to bring you this event without the sponsors that helped get us here. I'd really like to take a minute to thank all these sponsors and recognize them for everything they've done for the event. Please, if you get a chance, if you see any of these folks or you're able to use any of their services, thank them for their help for this event. It's really nice for them to hear from you guys that you appreciate what they do for disc golf and these events. Our presenting sponsors are Another Round Disc Golf and Dynamic Discs. Another Round Disc Golf, I can't say enough. My assistant TD, Kyle Deck, he's more or less, assistant TD's a dumb title. He's been doing just as much, if not more, as I have, being sure that you guys get good players pack and good value for everything that you put into this event. So I really appreciate Kyle and Another Round Disc Golf. They have really stepped up to the plate, and this is more or less an Another Round Disc Golf event. Can't wait to work with them in the future in the next couple of years to be sure that we keep improving this event and making it better and better each year. Also, Dynamic Discs providing a lot for the players packs. They're doing so much. I really appreciate them stepping up to the plate as always for the Carolina Clash, and really look forward to seeing what those guys have brought you, the player. Really also like to thank Innova Disc Golf. They are sponsoring all of our water stations at the events. They're providing water coolers and tents for those areas where the water coolers will be. Be sure you guys get some shade while you're out there. They'll be placed throughout the courses, and they're also going to provide, spoiler alert, a canteen for you guys to use for water throughout the event. So big thanks to Innova for what they're providing to the event. I'd also like to thank Whale Sacks, who are a Players Pack sponsor. Big thanks to our check-in sponsor, Blue Box Realty. They will be providing a raffle for a basket for those of you who make it to our early check-in on Thursday and Friday. You will automatically be entered into this raffle. Also, big thanks to Chris Halberg, State Farm Agency, who's providing a win your card, win a disc for the last round of the AM divisions. So thank Chris Halberg. He's also the pool TD for B Pool. He'll be out there all weekend. If you see him, please thank him. You guys, he does so much for disc golf in Charlotte. If you need some insurance, go check with Chris. He's awesome to work with. Now time to break down into the details of the event. I'm going to go into a lot of things that each pool should know, and then there will be 3 separate portions of this video that will be for each individual pool. You will only need to watch the video for your pool. Each one of these will be labeled with which divisions are in this pool, and you can find timestamps for those pools in the About section of the video. If you click on that number, it'll jump you right to the pool you need to see. The Carolina Clash is also proud to be a part of the North Carolina Points Series. North Carolina Points Series has been going on for many years and has many prestigious champions in many divisions. The divisions being covered in this year's Carolina Clash are Open Masters, which is MP40, MA1, FA1, and MA2. If you're playing in one of these divisions, you are eligible to get points towards the NC Points Series. If you're interested in North Carolina Points Series, please go to ncpdga.com to see the standings, schedule of events, and also the PDGA tournament calendar, which is maintained by Philip Lawrence, your state coordinator, who also manages this point series. Check-in. You have 2 options for check-in. We'll have early check-in on Thursday and Friday at Another Round Disc Golf during store hours. If you cannot make it to this, that's fine. We'll have check-in at the course. For AM divisions, you will be required to go to Another Round Disc Golf to get your players pack. We will not have players packs at the actual course. They will be open throughout the event, so you can go during lunch on Saturday or after the event on Sunday. While Innova has stepped up in providing our water stations for the event, I really encourage everyone to fill up your water bottles before you come to the event. If everyone in the whole course shows up and doesn't have water and has to fill up their water coolers, it's going to make it harder and harder for our guys to keep up with that and make sure that you guys have water throughout the round. So come prepared the first round and be sure that you have water. Pool A, this is all open divisions. You guys will be playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 1 tee timed round per day. Please find your tee times on the PDGA website. They will be posted as soon as we possibly can get them up. You guys will be playing Clash Layout at Nevin. This is a layout that mixes in some short pads and long pads, and also we have changed some basket locations. Please be sure you're familiar with the layout that you are supposed to play. We have the layout posted on our registration page, in the email we sent you, and also right here. Tournament Central for Nevin is going to be in the shelter that is close to hole 8. If you're driving into the park, when you reach the stop sign, turn right. You'll see the shelter on the left, probably several hundred yards down the road. The reason we use that shelter is because there is a soccer field for you guys to warm up on, and also we can have a practice basket over there for you to warm up putting. You will tee off from hole 1. Please go to Tournament Central before the round to check in with Kyle Deck and let him know that you are there for your round. If you are running late, please let us know. We will not hold up cards or your tee time if you are running late. Once everyone in your division finishes their round, we will give out trophies. This is to ensure that you guys don't have to wait around for the last card of Open to make it in before you give out your trophies if you're playing MP40 or MP50. Alright, for Nevin, we're going to go over a couple of the rules that are a little more difficult to understand, or some places where you may have trouble making some decisions on rule calls. Hole number 4. There's a bridge in the middle of the fairway. If you happen to land underneath it, you may not bring your disc on top of the bridge. You must play from your lie underneath the bridge. Hole 14. There's a double mandatory. The mandatory is marked by PVC stakes attached to the trees. If you miss the mandatory, please proceed to the drop zone. Also on hole 14, the fence line on the right is out of bounds. The thickness of the fence is OB. The inside of the fence is the actual OB line. If you are laying underneath one of the rails and your disc is not protruding past the inside of that fence line, then your disc is out of bounds. If you need to take too long to look at it and it looks like it's real close, give the benefit of the doubt to the player. Hole 15. Hole 15 plays as an island hole. It's a pretty large island. If your disc doesn't cross the intersection of the walking path and the creek, then proceed to the drop zone and throwing 3 from right there. Hole 16. If your disc goes out of bounds off the tee, please proceed to the drop zone that is marked. It's really close to the manhole cover down at the bottom of the hill. All shots after the tee shot that go out of bounds play as normal OB rules. Hole 18. The OB line in the creek is actually defined by the hose that runs along the outside of the creek, not the PVC stakes. PVC stakes are just there for visual aid to help you see where the out of bounds is. Please make all OB calls based on that hose line. Pool B, this is MA1, MA40, MA50, and MA60. Your pool TD is Chris Halberg of State Farm Insurance. He's one of our sponsors. Be sure to thank Chris whenever you get a chance. He's also volunteering for the event. It's really awesome to have him sponsor and support disc golf and volunteer to be a pool TD. So your first round, you guys will start at Hornet's Nest, 9:30 start time. The Tournament Central will be in the shelter next to the practice basket. It's a good place to go and get your whole assignments and everything like that. You guys, for the first round, will be playing short pads. First round. You'll have a 1.5 hour lunch break. This gives you plenty of drive time and eating time before you go to Kilbourne for your second round. Kilbourne, you'll be playing short pads to World's Basket's second round. Tournament Central will be above the softball fields in the picnic shelter. Day 2 for you guys will start at Hornet's Nest, 9:30 start time. It'll be Clash Layout. Clash Layout can be seen on our registration page. There's a picture that depicts the Hornet's Nest Clash Layout. You'll also receive it in an email. And, just for you, you'll also see your Hornet's Nest layout right here. Awards. The awards will be given out at Hornet's Nest after your last round. There will not be a centralized award ceremony. This is to ensure that you guys don't have to wait around for the open division. All the tee pads will be marked by a sign on the tee sign that will let you know which layout to play each day. One of the things we added to this event, or we felt was an added bonus, is we gave you guys the shotgun start in the morning. The reason being is we want to be sure that you have a chance to go watch the pros play at Nevin if you want to. These guys are going to be teeing off in the afternoon, so you guys should have plenty of time to go get some lunch after your round, your day 2, and go watch the final round at Nevin. We really encourage it. We'd love to have y'all out there. It's going to be a good show. We got some great players playing, so please head on out there, check out what's going on with the pros. And we're going to go over a couple of the rules that are a little more difficult to understand, or some places where you may have trouble making some decisions on rule calls. All right, we're going to go over some of the rules at Hornet's Nest that may be an issue. Hole number 2. Hole number 2 is an island green. You must come to rest on the island. If your disc does not come to rest on the island, then you will proceed to the drop zone. You may always elect to proceed to the drop zone without throwing, but you will take the penalty throwing 3. Hole number 5. There are 2 areas of rip-rap rock. If you happen to land in one of these areas, you may take optional casual relief in order to get to a safe lie. Remember, this is optional. You don't have to take the relief back. You can always play it from where your disc is lying. Kilbourne, hole 1. If you land in the OB area in the middle of the fairway, proceed to the drop zone. Pool C, it's MA2, MA3, and all the ladies divisions that are joining us this weekend. You guys, your pool TD is going to be Brian Tim, also known as BT. Be sure you thank him. He's volunteering his time this weekend. We really appreciate all his help. You guys will start out at Kilbourne. Tournament Central will be above the softball fields in the picnic shelter. You can go there for your hole assignments and everything like that, and to check in late if you need to check in. Remember, you will not have players packs on site. You will need to go to another round in order to get your players pack. The first round will start at 9:30. You will be playing Kilbourne short pads to World's baskets. An easy way to remember this is always to the white baskets that first round. After the first round, you will have a 1.5 hour break. This gives you 30 minutes worth of drive time plus an hour for lunch. Be sure you're at your hole no later than an hour and a half from the last card coming in. Second round, you'll be going to Hornet's Nest. Hornet's Nest, you'll be playing short pads to World's baskets. Simple enough. If there's a short pad on a hole, be sure you're playing it. Everything will be marked on the tee signs at each course. The Tournament Central will be in the shelter next to the practice basket. Day 2, you guys will be playing the Clash layout at Kilbourne. This is a layout of different pads and baskets to make the course a little longer. You can find this layout on our registration page. You will receive it via email, and it's right there. When you're playing the Clash layout at Kilbourne, be sure that you're playing the correct pad and basket layout. We'll be extending the baskets the second day on holes 6, 7, 10, and 12. We will also be playing long pads on 1, 3, 7, and 8. Always be sure you're playing the correct layout. Awards. Trophies will be at Kilbourne whenever you finish your last round. There will not be a centralized award ceremony. This is to ensure that whenever you finish, you guys don't have to wait around for the open divisions for an award ceremony later that evening. And we're going to go over a couple of the rules that are a little more difficult to understand, or some places where you may have trouble making some decisions on rule calls. All right, we're going to go over some of the rules at Hornet's Nest that may be an issue. Hole number 2. Hole number 2 is an island green. You must come to rest on the island. If your disc does not come to rest on the island, then you will proceed to the drop zone. You may always elect to proceed to the drop zone without throwing, but you will take the penalty throwing 3. Kilbourne, hole 1. If you land in the OB area in the middle of the fairway, proceed to the drop zone. If you miss the mandatory on the left side of the fairway, please rethrow from your previous lie.